Welcome to Crow Inclined, here today with a daily energetic check-in and using the Enchanted for Hawks of Tarot, our card of focus. Let me see if I can fix this light a little bit better. Our card of focus is the High Priestess. Right? Now, I love the High Priestess. The High Priestess works in the mystical, magical, understanding the shadow of things, understanding where we come from and why. And with this particular card, the High Priestess, when the High Priestess shows up, it's time to quiet your mind, go inward, and trust your gut. Okay, it's not the time to cannonball into a situation. Okay, it's not the time to jump into anything without consideration. Okay, this is a time to really practice discernment. It is the time to trust your instincts. If you get a funny feeling about something, a person, an event, a situation, a decision that you've made that maybe you're like, oh, maybe that's not the right decision, check in with your higher self. Okay. The High Priestess is always hanging around, waiting for you to acknowledge your gift of intuition, right? You are an intuitive, intelligent, psychic being. The thing that keeps us from our High Priestess, our intuition, is fear. And the High Priestess, the High Priestess reveals that, like, fear that you have in any situation, right? Something that's sort of not making you feel great about it is initially felt just on the surface. Okay, so it's best to just find some quiet time and really dig in to your intuition and understand why. Okay, fear keeps us from a lot of things. Fear also is a great protector and a great little GPS warning alarm when something isn't right. So it's always best to explore that a little bit by checking in with yourself, checking in with your intuition, understanding if your fear is based in reality or if it's based in fantasy. You know, a lot of times we fear an outcome to something and we've played it out in our heads and we know, and we just assume we're going to fail. And so we're afraid to do it. And pretending how something is going to come out or pretending an outcome is like living a fantasy is what I'm trying to say. So the High Priestess brings a lot of calm to a situation and supports your quietness, right? Just take an extra moment before reacting. Sit back and allow events to play out without feeling a need to get involved. Okay? Trust yourself. You have the High Priestess showing up for you today, which is crazy. I love it. I'm not sure how. Anyway, sorry. Let me get those out of there. Because we are using the Pulp Tarot today, which I love the Pulp Tarot. Great images. Usually pretty spot on. And I like that it's kind of coming out with, we might pull one of those later, for today, right? We are all shifting so much. And we're all just sort of almost being stripped, so exposed. I just don't feel like there's any hiding our true selves anymore, right? We're seeing it everywhere. Like we're just being who we are. So if someone is being a certain way to you, trust that they're showing you who they are. If an event is playing out in a certain way and you're not feeling it, trust your gut. Trust your gut. Okay? You got this. Find some quiet, sit back and observe, let things kind of unfold. Because you are powerful, my friend. Powerful, my friend. Yeah, right out of the gate we have the King of Swords, right? Wielding that sword of truth. Focused on logic and intellect, reasoning, understanding the truth of a situation. And we have the Four of Wands. This is coming up under your energy. So you are like having a party. It's the card of freedom. It's the party card. You know, a lot of people consider it a marriage card, but or a celebratory card, a marriage or graduation or something like that. But this really feels celebratory today in your energy. So it's possible that you've crossed some sort of threshold or understanding with the High Priestess, or you are embracing the High Priestess for the calmness that she can bring to a situation. And keeping in mind, yeah, we have the Five of Cups. So, yeah, things haven't worked out in the past. You probably didn't handle these situations very well, but don't despair, because look, there are two cups right behind you that are ready for you and your focus. All right, don't stay focused on what didn't work out. Okay, because chances are it was a blessing. You know, sometimes things don't work out with us because they're not meant for us, right? They're detours from our path, from our purpose, from our soul purpose. But they did make you sad. And that's okay. We acknowledge our feelings. We acknowledge why there's sadness around them. And then we take a look at it from the perspective of the King of Swords. Right? What is the truth in the situation of the cups that are spilt? Could it have happened any other way? What if it would have happened in a different way? There are other ways to look at that Five of Cups, especially when the King of Swords is coming out for you. Okay. We have the Page of Pentacles. I love this card. This is a fresh new energy moving towards, it's kind of a planning stage, moving towards a foundation and a stability. And I love the way that she is examining this coin. Okay, so there's a lot of standing back, see, not even walking, completely stopped and absorbed in watching this pentacle and trying to understand it. And so, you know, this energy with this King of Swords energy and the High Priestess telling us it's okay to take a breath, take a step back, sit in peace and quiet, and go within and reflect. It is a form of observation, okay? So there's something going on around you with a situation, event, with yourself, with somebody else, that you are being asked to trust your gut, trust your intuition, go within, because the answers are there, okay? The answers are there. The answers are there. Yeah, you have the Ace of, two of them came out. The Ace of Cups, okay? Gift from Spirit. Your cup is overflowing, and I love that this is your energy. It's coming out with this card of celebration, and also the Ten of Cups, which is emotional wish fulfillment. It's contentment. It is happiness for you in such, especially with those two together, in such grand proportions that it just ripples out to everybody around you. You have an infectious smile. You have an infectious laugh. All right? This is possible. This is your energy. This is what happens when you use your intuition. You bring in all of this juiciness here, right? We've got to understand those sorrows, though. That's part of the High Priestess work, is going in the shadows and understanding. You know, that didn't work out. What if it would have? Would you be happy? You think you might, but we just don't know, right? We just don't know. The Seven of Pentacles coming out under the Five. Yeah, so the Seven of Pentacles is a card of patience. It's a card of faith in, you know, the work that you put into something. It's also a card of deciding whether it's time to walk away. It hasn't come to fruition. Is it time to walk away from it? And I feel like with this Five of Cups, it's time to walk away from old hurts and sorrows and embrace something fresh and new from a different vantage point, right? Stepping away from the emotion of it, like the deep sorrow, and stepping into a little bit of truth about what happened, and walking away from old narratives that we've told ourselves about that. This is shadow work. This is shadow work. But it's okay because the High Priestess is with you. Call upon the High Priestess to assist you in understanding your fears and your sadness and your sorrows. Love it, love it, love it. Yeah, you're going to be taking action on something. I love the Knight of Swords, right? So you're in this incredible energy. You know, you're looking at things with the sword of truth. You're observing things as the Page of Pentacle observes the pentacle in the planning process, and you're going to take some action on something. Now, this Knight of Swords can be a little, not considering the consequences. And remember, the High Priestess, one of the things when we pause and consider something, we think about the consequences of our actions. We think about what are the short-term consequences? What are the long-term consequences? Is this hurting people? Is it going to hurt me? There are consequences to our actions, right? So it asks to take a step back and use your intuition. And that's what's happening here. Intuition, logic, intellect, all of those, truth. You're looking at the truth, observing, and then taking action. And that, with whatever this situation is, event is, or person that you're dealing with, that is the right way to handle it at this time. High Priestess is here to help you, okay? All right, let's see if we want anything for this middle card, or this middle pile. We do. We have Judgment coming out. So karma, it's reassessing, reevaluating, and awakening. I mean, it's going to put a spin in your head when we release old mindsets and old ways of thinking, old narratives. Then we can reassess and we reawaken with new energy. And I feel like this new energy is all about your celebration and freedom, your cup overflowing, and this emotional wish fulfillment that ripples around and touches everyone around you. That is part of this judgment, okay? All right, let's get one more for that end pile. This is cool. I really like this for you. If you can just step into trusting yourself and understanding that, your body and your intuition are incredibly important for you. Okay, yeah, look at these two just popped out. We have the High Priestess again. So this is a double tap. Okay, this is really important, you guys, to take a step back. Go quiet if you need to, and really trust yourself. If it doesn't feel right for you, then it's not for you. If the person doesn't feel right for you, it's not for you. If the situation feels dangerous, get out. If you're doing it to please other people, you don't really want to do it, but you're doing it to please other people, get out. Trust your intuition. Because this has shown up twice, it's really important, okay? And it also showed up with the Ace of Wands. Now, for me, this is sort of it's a gift from Spirit, but it's sort of a bonk on the head, right? It's a wake-up call. It's a wake-up to something fresh, a new spark of creativity. It could be a new love. I mean, it's a card of passion. So something new is trying to come in, and it feels like once you get aligned with your intuition and trusting your gut, and all of this beautiful energy comes in, that there is this special gift of creativity, an idea, a new path, something wild and juicy, and it could be a person as well, okay? I kind of want to just see if anything comes out for that Ace of Wands. Yeah, this is great. This is great. I mean, look at how beautiful this is. Woo! Okay, well, we have the Wheel of Fortune, and so this is the wheel of karma and destiny. So whoever or whatever this is that's going to come in once you fully embrace your intuition and trust your gut, and trust your body's sensations, and to put you where you need to be and take you out of where you are not meant to be. And this gift comes in, it is definitely a gift from spirit, and it is your karma and your destiny. So there's something really, really beautiful coming for you. You know, a lot of the readings lately have been about aligning with your purpose, your soul purpose, the contract that you have with yourself for this lifetime. And I feel like this is just another confirmation of that. So really getting in and understanding yourself is going to be a huge part of this. And if that means going back and revisiting old hurts, old haunts, old that kind of thing, then yeah, do it. But do it with the wisdom of the high priestess. Okay. The high priestess is incredibly calm and understands that our fear is on the surface level, that we've got to get underneath that fear to understand. Right? All right, that's your message. Thank you so much for being here today. I so appreciate you, and I'm honored to do these readings for you. I am really, really loving this. Yeah, like and subscribe, share with your besties, and I will see you soon.